Hello, hello, Hold My Drink community. Welcome back to another episode. Today, I'm going to be rattling off some tips to help you stay sober. This is going to be an episode that you can refer back to over and over again if you're ever struggling. These are some super tangible, easy tips to help keep you sober. Getting sober is half the battle, okay? We all know that that first week or whatever in sobriety is hard, and making the decision to get sober is hard. But throughout your journey, it might be hard to stay sober. And that's what this episode is all about. Just finding little tips and habits that can help you stay sober and not think about alcohol. So, let's get into the episode. Welcome to Hold My Drink, a sobriety podcast. This is a no judgment zone. I really freaking like my life without alcohol. You're not alone. I hope you feel seen. Sobriety has changed my life completely. All right, I'm going to try to rattle them off somewhat quickly. Of course, you guys probably know by now, I like to yap. That's why I have a podcast anyway. So number one, sobriety has to be a priority. Now, this first one is going to be a little bit harsh, okay? Sobriety cannot be a choice, and that is a mental shift you have to make in your mind. You must do it. You cannot wake up every day and play the mental game with yourself of like, am I going to drink today or am I not? It cannot be a choice. It cannot be a decision that you make every day. It has to be a literal lifestyle shift. You are no longer a person who drinks, and there is no other option. I think that this mentality can really help to avoid any relapsing or really any cravings or temptation at all, because you have a different mind. Like, you don't have the option to drink. There is no choice that needs to be made, and it actually frees up your mind a lot. Anytime you're offered a drink or there's the option to drink or you're even slightly tempted to drink, it's like, okay, cool, I feel that temptation in my mind, but it's a no, and it always will be a no. You don't have to think about it. You don't have to obsess about it. You don't have to wonder, what would happen if I had that drink? Like, what would happen if I didn't have that drink? It's a no, always and forever. Good night, goodbye, period. So make sobriety a priority. It has to be high on your list of things that matter to you. Sobriety has to be up there in your highest priorities in life. Staying sober will create such a better life for yourself down the road. You will be so happy that you stayed sober through any temptations or difficult times. Like, sobriety has to be a number one, right up there with your family or your kids or, whatever else is important to you. Sobriety has to be up there. End of. And that's the first one. Let's move on to number two. That one was a little heavy. The rest are nice, easy, light tips. Okay. Number two, have tons of drinks in the fridge. I mean, tons. Like, I recommend you get a separate, I call it a bev fridge. Get it? Like beverage, but it's a bev fridge. Get yourself a bev fridge if you need to, and stock that thing full of drinks. Like, you want to open the refrigerator and be like, oh my God, look at all these amazing fun drinks I get to choose from. There's this adaptogen drink. There's this non-alcoholic beer. There's this sparkling water. There's this soda. There's this peach Crystal Light iced tea. You gotta have options, and you have to have drinks that bring you joy, because alcohol used to bring you a lot of joy. It was like a dopamine hit when you had a drink. And so treat yourself with fun little drinks in the fridge and have loads on deck ready to go. Just trust me. I saw somebody in our Facebook sobriety support group who posted a picture of 3 12-packs of drinks that she got. She got like 2 sodas, diet sodas, and a pack of sparkling waters. And she posted that, and she was like, yep, having tons of drinks on hand is the way to go. And it really is, people. Like, have so many drinks on hand. And by the way, if you're not part of our Facebook community, I'm going to talk about this in a later bullet point, but feel free to join. The link is in the description. That is growing so fast, and it's becoming a place where people can post about their days, their tips, their struggles, provide advice, get advice. It is such a beautiful place. And I'm going to talk about that in a later bullet point, but just wanted to throw that in there nice and early in the episode. So yeah, number two, have tons of drinks on hand and just have fun with your drinks. Go all out. Go to the store and stock up. Hit up the Costco or whatever and just get a ton of drinks in bulk that you love. It will make summer really enjoyable. It'll make sobriety really enjoyable. And I like to be drinking at all times. In fact, I usually like to have 3 drinks going at once. And so if you have tons of options in the fridge ready to go, then it's really fun and you actually enjoy sobriety a lot because you still get to drink fun drinks. Kind of going off of that, and this isn't on my list, but have a drink order ready to go for when you go out to restaurants and bars and things like that, because inevitably in sobriety, you're going to be in situations where everyone else is drinking and you're not. And so you want to just have a couple things prepared. There's different categories of events. It's like you're going to a play or the theater or something, or maybe you're going to a house party, or maybe you're going to a birthday party, or you're going to like a live music venue. I don't know. There's all sorts of different situations. And as you continue on in your sobriety, you'll kind of figure out which drinks are probably going to be available in each situation. But just have your drink order ready. Like at a bar, I usually order a non-alcoholic beer. So I go up to the bar and I ask, what do you have for non-alcoholic beers? If for some reason they don't have any, which almost never happens, but if they don't have any, then I know that I like just a classic Diet Coke, and that's my go-to order. For some people, it's a Shirley Temple. For some people, it's a mocktail, or it's a soda water with a splash of cranberry and lime. So just have your drink order ready for different places, and it helps to have maybe 3 different go-tos so that you're ready in case they don't have your first option. Or whatever the situation is. So just have a drink order prepared for when you inevitably end up in those situations where you're ordering a drink at like a bar or a restaurant or something where everybody else is ordering cocktails or alcoholic drinks. By the way, I have a discount code that I want to share with you all for thezeroproof.com. Thezeroproof.com. It is a non-alcoholic drinks marketplace. They have tons of non-alcoholic wines, non-alcoholic cocktails, and having a few of these ready to go to like bring to parties and things like that is key. Because I feel so bougie and special when I bring my little 4-pack or like a bottle of non-alcoholic wine or a 4-pack of their non-alcoholic chili margaritas or whatever. I feel so special when I bring those to a party. It still feels like I'm participating in this special event because I get a special drink to have as well. So my code is Hold My Drink at thezeroproof.com. I'll leave a link in the description. That's HOLDMYDRINK. Hold My Drink for a discount at thezeroproof.com. On my TikTok page, I'm reviewing a ton of different drinks from the Zero Proof, and it's been so fun. They have like adaptogen drinks, sparkling wines, rosés, like I said, the chili margarita, which was surprisingly really good. And when I cracked one of those open at the Easter party that I went to, I felt like I was just part of the group and enjoying a fun little mocktail as well. So it's really great to have those on deck, ready to go and ready to bring to your events and things like that. So check them out, link in the description. Number 3, have activities that you like to do with your hands. I talk about this so much, so sorry if I sound like a broken record, but doing something with your hands in early sobriety or at any point in your sobriety is amazing. I don't know what the science is behind it, but I think it helps with that like hand to mouth connection, and having things to do with your hands is really helpful. I even ate a ton of sunflower seeds in the beginning of my sobriety because it was like giving me something to do with my hands and my mouth. Like it just kept my mouth busy. Instead of drinking, I was chewing sunflower seeds like all night long. I don't talk about that enough, but chewing sunflower seeds was kind of key in the beginning of my sobriety. But anyway, other things to do with your hands. You have house projects, home improvement projects. We have yard work, arts and crafts. I always talk about this project that I did where I was bedazzling a cowboy hat for like 5 hours every night for a week straight. Crazy, I know. There's adult coloring books. There's crocheting. There's tons of things. I mean, even just cleaning, organizing, painting, drawing, whatever. Having stuff to do with your hands is very, very helpful in sobriety. I don't know exactly why, but trust me, it is. Number 4, here we go. The community aspect. Connect with community. This can look different for everybody. I didn't want to go to AA and be around a bunch of other sober people and talk about alcohol and not drinking. Like, I don't know, that just wasn't for me. I wanted to consume information and find community online. That was just how I personally operated, but however you want to find it works. Like whatever works for you works. So if you want to go to AA meetings or like find meetup groups in person in your town, that's great. You can also listen to audiobooks. I listen to Drinking Games and Quit Like a Woman and, some of the popular ones. Quit the Easy Way or something like that. That was one of the better ones I read because it teaches you how to quit without willpower. And that's kind of the method that I use to quit alcohol. Like it shouldn't be hard. You shouldn't have to think about it every day. It should feel easy. And so I liked that book. There are tons of great books out there and you can do some research on that on TikTok or online or whatever. But anyway, find community. So you can also listen to podcasts like this one is a great one. You're already taking a step in the right direction, just being a part of this podcast community and taking in information about sobriety and other people's experiences. Like I said earlier in the episode, we have a Facebook group and it is awesome. It's growing so fast. It's literally making me so happy. Like I'm hardly in there participating anymore, but I'm watching from the outside and seeing everyone talking to each other, supporting each other. Like one person will post something super specific that they have been through that was really, really hard. And like, I had the temptation to drink during this situation, and someone else will be like, oh my God, I had that same situation. Like, it's so amazing to look in that community and see how people are using each other as resources for advice, sharing advice, getting advice. It's a beautiful place on that Facebook page. So if you're not a part of it already, I'll leave the link in the description and you should totally join because it's so special over there. And newsflash, you will be booted out if you say mean things and write horrible comments on people's photos that they post in there. So whoever was doing that, thank you and goodbye, you're out. But for everyone else who wants to be a positive contributor to the page, come and join. It's a really fun and amazing and uplifting community. And I make sure that no weirdos and mean people get in. So come say hello. It's a very fun place to be. You can also just search Hold My Drink, a sobriety support group on Facebook, and it'll pop up. Moving right along, number 5 is to move your body. That is a great tip for staying sober. Again, there's probably some scientific reason behind this. Dopamine, adrenaline, whatever. And endorphins, that's what it's called. When you work out, you release endorphins, and that brings joy into your life. Like whether that's lifting heavy weights or running fast or whatever, like moving your body creates a chemical in you that makes you more happy. And when you quit alcohol, you no longer are getting those frequent dopamine hits that alcohol would give you. So working out kind of gives you those dopamine hits. It's like a free drug. You are literally like getting high on something that is good for you instead of getting drunk and like ruining your liver and your mental health and your physical health through alcohol. So take a walk, like literally something as simple as taking a walk. If the gym is intimidating or workout classes are intimidating or whatever, just move your body in some way. It could be a 10-minute yoga stretch that you look up on YouTube. It could be a walk. It could be a 10-minute ab exercise on YouTube. It could be going to the gym and workout classes and things like that. It could be golfing. It could be canoeing. It could be hiking. I try to move my body once per day. And a lot of times it's lifting weights in the gym. I think weightlifting is truly life-changing for a lot of people. And I know a lot of sober people who have turned to weightlifting. But my goal is not to go to the gym every single day. My goal is to move my body every day. And if I get to 7 p.m. and I'm like, oh my God, I haven't moved my body really. I've been sitting on my tushy all day long. Then I'll go for a walk. And I think that walks are literally better for my mental health than they are for my physical health. If I'm stressed or I have a lot on my mind or I'm having a rough evening or I had a rough day, going on a walk clears my head like no other, baby. You gotta do it. It's so healthy. It's so good. And literally, if it's a walk around the block, you moved your body today. Congratulations. Like walking is so amazing for you. And just moving your body in general. However you can, once per day, move your body and you will be a different human being. You will show up better for your family, for your work, for yourself. Your entire life is better when you move once per day. It doesn't have to be a sweat every day, okay? But just move the body once per day. Do some stretching in the morning to start. I definitely eased into my fitness. I started with just walks, and then eventually I got into the weightlifting. And gosh, I think I'm going to do a whole episode on protein and weightlifting, because those two things have just changed my life so much, other than getting sober, of course, but I would have never gotten into those things if I didn't get sober. But there's got to be some scientific reason for why weightlifting is so life-changing. Like physically, yes, it is, because you're literally, it's a body recomposition. You are changing the way your body is built. You're building muscle, you're losing fat, and you appear so differently. You appear so different, but also just like mentally lifting heavy things, accomplishing a goal, like increasing the weights that you're able to lift. It all is so good for yourself mentally too. So anyway, long story short, move your body. And that's another great way to help stay sober. All right, number 6 on my list is to feed your sober ego. Okay, this one's a little out there, all right, but just stick with me here. So you can definitely like internally get a big ego in sobriety, because there are so many situations where you look around and you're like, all these people are drunk and behaving a certain way, or they're going to wake up with a hangover, or look at all the calories that they're consuming, or like, this sounds so bad because it seems like I'm looking down on other people, but that's not what it's about. It's about lifting yourself up, because we can feel very ostracized and like we're the only person in the room who's not drinking alcohol. People look down on us, people make fun of us, all sorts of stuff can happen in your sobriety. So go ahead and lift yourself up, okay? I'm not saying that everyone else sucks. I'm just saying that have some pride in the fact that you are strong enough to not consume poison, that you are prioritizing your health, prioritizing your well-being, prioritizing your future self. Like tomorrow, you're going to feel amazing. You are going to lose weight. You are going to be mentally more stable. You're going to show up to be a better person. Like just lift that ego like when you're being sober. Because sometimes social situations can be triggering for people. For me, not as much. I get more triggered when I'm just sitting at home alone. But for some people, when they go out and there's a lot of alcohol flowing and people are having fun and getting a little loose, they can feel tempted to jump right in and join. And try to just say like, I am so freaking awesome for not drinking. Like, I'm so proud of myself. I'm so amazing for choosing not to drink. I'm so incredible for staying strong and using a bit of willpower to get through this situation. I'm going to be so grateful that I did this. Play the tape forward and imagine yourself the next day or the next week. Like, you're going to be so happy that you didn't drink. They say that you'll never regret not drinking. Okay. It's always a good decision to stay sober. So you have my permission to get a little bit of a big head in social situations if that helps you. Like, just try to feel really good about yourself. Look around and feel like you are doing something special. Instead of looking around and feeling like, oh my God, I'm so out of place. I'm so lame. I'm the only one not drinking. Instead say, wow, I'm the only one not drinking. That's crazy that I am healthier and prioritizing my health more than anyone else here. I'm going to feel the best of anybody at this entire party tomorrow morning. Like, yeah, I don't know if that sounds bad or whatever, but just try to feel like you are incredible, because you are, for staying sober. Good job. Well done. You're awesome. And that kind of ego boost just helps with mentally staying sober and not feeling like it's a bad thing that you're sober, but instead feeling like it's an incredible thing. And the last one on my list, number 7, is focusing on the positives. This is so huge in sobriety, and it helps motivate you a lot. So you might experience some negative things in sobriety, right? You probably already have, whatever those look like for you. But you've probably also experienced quite a few positives, whether that be weight loss or losing some bloating in your face or getting your color back in your face or having stronger nails or having stronger hair or improving your romantic relationship with your partner, making better friendships, ditching friends that didn't serve you, getting back in touch with your family. Like, whatever that looks like for you, I'm sure you have experienced some positive things. And I ask you in sobriety to latch onto those and obsess over those positive things. Use them as fuel to continue your sobriety. Like, now that I've seen all these amazing things that happen when you're sober, there is no chance I'm going back. Not a chance in hell. I am not going back to my drinking life. No way, no how. I love myself as a sober person way too much to trade this life for my drinking life. No thanks. It's so much better on this side of things. Even down to my bloating, okay? I used to always be bloated and inflamed. And my tummy's kind of flat now. Subtle flex. But yeah, and it feels really good. And I'm like, I don't want to drink this carb-heavy carbonated beer, wheat drink. No, that just doesn't suit me. I'd rather have a protein shake, okay? I'm so healthy and in tune with my health and wellness these days that I don't want to throw that all away. So anyway, very long story short, what I'm trying to say is focus on the positives. Hone in on the good things that happen. Every good thing that happens. Like, even if you're out with friends or something, and before you would have had to pay $50 for an Uber home, you get to drive yourself home. Not only are you saving money, but you get to listen to whatever music you want, and you get to drive yourself home because you didn't drink. You're not wasted. Obsess over waking up in the morning and feeling alive and happy and not thinking about alcohol and not hungover. Like, any little tiny positive thing that happens, hyper fixate on that because you deserve it. And you've worked hard to get to experience those positive things. And let those positive things be your motivator to continue. Like, all the physical changes, the mental changes, the changes in your relationships with the people around you. Use those to your advantage, hyperfixate on those, and capitalize on those. Keep going. All right, so I hope you enjoyed this episode and were able to take away a few tips from the episode about how to stay sober. You can do it. I know you can do it. Join our Facebook community and tune in for the next episode. I can't wait to see you next time. And I love you guys. And I love making this podcast. Thank you so much for being here. Seeing this community grow literally melts my heart. And I'm just so happy. So thank you so much. And I'll see you next time. Bye.